Hello everyone, I'm Relentlessly, and we are back again talking about my thoughts about the Mario Kart World Direct that played today. The pre-recorded video is about 15 minutes of footage talking about the different modes, different things going on with the game. And in my opinion, this Direct was completely unnecessary. They could have easily just stuck this 15-minute Direct inside of the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct and added that extra 15 minutes all in one go, rather than having a whole separate Direct just to basically show things that were already shown in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct, as well as a slight couple of things you might not have seen. But it appears that the live chat replay is, of course, gone for this live stream. I don't know if Nintendo does this normally after their streams end, but comment below if that's what they actually do. But if that's not the case, the reason they shut it down is that, of course, you had the same reaction that they've had in all the Treehouse Lives right after the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct happened, was that drop the price was being spammed in the chat. You obviously have the troll people that say raise the price, because of course that's what people on the internet do. They go ahead and put out troll comments, just being a contrarian and doing the opposite of what everyone else is doing because they want to feel special, because that's how trolls actually act. But it is great to see that there are bigger YouTubers in the gaming space, in the content, the gaming content creation space, that aren't absolute shills and bootlickers to Nintendo, as they have also put their opinions out that $80 is not the right price for Mario Kart World. There is nothing in this Direct that showed most people, it seems like, or at least a lot of people, that this was worth $80. It's crazy to me that that's what people are all saying here, or a lot of people are saying happened with this entire thing. So if you looked up Mario Kart World here, you'll see this person saying how fitting that they had Mario eating a burger in that Direct, because this was a whole lot of nothing burger. Obviously you have Stuttering Craig, you have Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers saying the Mario Kart World Direct was a waste of time. There's no way this sold anyone that wasn't already going to buy this game. Everyone after today's Direct, this is old, I don't know why they did that. Apparently they don't have the Kong family in here. Jolly J saying, another thing that bugs me about Mario Kart World is the UI and how the costumes have their own slots like they did in Mario Kart Tour. Now Mario Kart Tour is the mobile game that they came out with, so that is really, really stupid. This feels like an unnecessary cluster F. Mario Kart World looks amazing, a lot of cool mechanics, graphics look beautiful, and the new moveset like jumping and grinding looks like a fun addition. With all that said, there's absolutely nothing about this game justifying that $80 price tag. Nothing. Downgrading comic from a racer in Mario Kart 8 to an item in Mario Kart World is so dumb. You scrapped a notable character and turned him into a weaker Wonder Flower, which could have been a new item. You have Phenomenova saying that she already knew everything that would be featured in the Direct. They really hyped this up to show stuff we've already seen people post online. Apparently a Rob bike. I'm gonna be honest, this didn't need a Nintendo Direct. All this could have been is in the original Mario Kart World trailer. This was basically just a 10-minute recap with 5 minutes of new information. That's how I felt about it. You had a bunch of things like this. I'm not a fan of the individual costume having its own character selection screen slot in Mario Kart World. There you go. You even have Spawnway say, watch the Mario Kart World Direct. Not really seeing the $80 push with this one. So that's what I mean when you see these bigger gaming content YouTubers saying that they've watched the Direct, they realize it's not worth the $80, and that's at least how they feel. And there are even other people like this clown here talking about inflation when that's literally not affecting digital product. This game is $80 digitally. And the inflation shouldn't be affecting a digital game, a digital virtual piece of data. And I've said this thousands of times. It's a kart racer, damn sure ain't worth $80. I did see the Treehouse segments of ill-timed and underwhelming Direct. It should have been a 5-minute overview trailer and focused more on free-roaming the connected world. Well, then don't buy it. But I'm sure I'm almost sure that Spawnwave is still gonna buy it though. I was convinced the story mode was going to be included. It's not worth the price of what's offered. Simple to use. Biggest Mario Kart ever. 70 is the new standard. It shouldn't be. This game should be $50. Because the bundle, you literally get the game for $50. This game should be $50. I don't understand what is so difficult about making this game $50 if you're going to bundle it in with the Switch console at $50. Now, I'm going to say this as I always do. I don't care what you spend your money on. If you feel this is worth it for you, go right ahead. I don't feel like paying $80 for the Switch, for the Mario Kart World. The only way this game is worth buying is if you get the bundle, which of course they have limited production of these bundles apparently. So it's kind of silly how they're basically treating this as FOMO. As I've said previous times as well, the only way I would get the Switch 2, me personally, is if I could get the bundle, because there's no way in heck I would ever spend $80 on Mario Kart World. You even had Woodhawker, one of the biggest YouTubers around, in my opinion, about the doing Switch content, even questioning why this game is $80. When you have someone as big as him criticizing this $80 price tag, it is absolutely insane to me. No one's buying this on its own. Everyone wants Mario Kart World and buying the console bundle. But then again, they don't have a lot of console bundles available for everyone. So that's going to suck. It's like this FOMO of missing out on getting Mario Kart World for $50 rather than $80. And that's the whole problem with this whole thing. Nobody really seems to have a price too much, as far as I can tell, about the console itself, because it does fall in line with the Steam Deck at $400 and even the Steam Deck OLED at $550. But when you have people like Player Essence saying, I said it's not worth it for you, just don't buy it, but we already know you're going to be the person that's going to buy it anyway. And he says, I also said people are completely justified for not wanting to spend that price for the game. Good point. For me, it'll be worth the price because I'll put hundreds of hours into it, but for others, it won't be worth it because you might not like Mario Kart as much. But I'm allowed to have my opinion, which is true. I put over $800 into Mario Kart 8 Deluxe and spent $85+ when you include the DLC the first time around. I also bought the game again on Switch, so I really spent over $140. I also made a video saying I don't like the price going up to $80. So here's the thing about that. If you don't like the price going up to $80 and then in some way you're going to justify still paying $80 for it, that's literally you being a hypocrite. You're literally being a hypocrite, saying that the price is too much, then you're still going to justify spending the $80, and of course we all know why. You are essentially a Nintendo Switch / RPG YouTuber. You are a person who also claims you are the best Nintendo Switch YouTuber on YouTube, which is the farthest thing from the truth. It is an absolute opinion, and if I really wanted to watch a Nintendo Switch YouTuber, I would watch someone like RGT85 or Wood from Beat 'em Ups or Spawnwave. I would not be watching you, because this right here makes absolutely no sense. The fact that you claim that that this $80 price hike isn't good, and then you're going to justify going ahead and buying said game at $80. And as I already said, you're allowed to do that, but don't sit here and act as if you're being that guy. It's like, oh yeah, I can spend my money on what I want, yet you're saying the price is bad, but then you're still going to pay it anyway. If the price was really that bad for you, you would not be paying $80. And again, that's why most people are going to try to get the bundle with Mario Kart World, because most people cannot justify spending $80, sometimes €90 or above, on games like Mario Kart. I believe Canada has to pay somewhere upwards of like 115 Canadian dollars to get Mario Kart World if they do not buy the bundle. So it's interesting to me, though, how that works. But, you know, they showed off a couple of maps. They showed an open world. They talked about the Grand Prix and the Knockout Tour again, which is something they covered in the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. So why they would be covering this once again? Now, really, the only thing they talked about was the fact that you could buy food and get different costumes. Now, that I will give them credit for, that they allowed you to buy stuff in-game to unlock costumes rather than having microtransactions and buying each costume separately. But to me, that still does not justify the price of $80. Having all the same stuff in this game, and then the 4 teams you could form of 6, that's pretty cool. But other than that, there really wasn't anything really worth you looking at this and saying, yeah, this is definitely worth $80. At least in my opinion. But Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, new viewers, and returning viewers. If you do like this video, smash the like button. Comment below you feel. Subscribe for more. Hit the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you'll get a notification anytime I post a new video or go live on the channel. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.